How's it going? My name's Alex Landau. I'm coming to you live 2016 from Denver, Colorado. And I'm here to share with you today a poem that I wrote from the lens of my mother after my brutal interaction with Denver police. Actually, this picture behind me on my left is a photo I demanded be taken prior to any treatment by Denver paramedics, which was later a valuable component, a piece of evidence used in my case that led to the dismissal of falsified charges, and it surfaced the efforts police made to cover up their racist actions. Anything from coercing a friend of mine at the time who witnessed the entire event into a false statement, from making allegations of a false left turn to a bloody handprint, none of which existed, to an officer coming out and testifying against her colleagues. These things led to the dismissal of my case, and I later was successful in procuring a civil lawsuit against the city and county of Denver. But I digress. This poem that I wrote some 5 years ago was from my mom and the mothers of black, brown, poor, indigenous youth who are growing up in the world we live in today. So without any further ado, just dive right into it. I call this piece The Mother of a Man of Color. The mother of a man of color. Her face screwed up with pain and determination. The vessel left vacant, and yet his flesh is his spaceship. Glasses hang low on the noses of white coats in amazement. The breach of her womb as if he was not supposed to make it. A transfer of energy from a source or an entity. A black youth in a world with so many enemies. Conceived in the nude and brought forth to bring truth, yet systemically oppressed by the color of your flesh. They protest your progress and would prefer your mind and body held hostage. As you age, you'll understand. You'll understand I cannot hold your hand because I work 3 jobs. I didn't want your life to be so hard. Cold nights, no lights, no money, food spoils, turmoil around every turn. Faced with perpetuated stereotypes daily that bleed the soul and riddle the mind, only to transform into a cloak of self-loathing and confusion that becomes cocooned inside your consciousness. He's ignorant. With the way he looks, he must be a gang member. I hear a lot of them are. That hairdo makes him look like a criminal or a predator. That necklace and that flashy clothing, he must be a rap artist. That jersey, he must be here to play ball, football or basketball. And oh my gosh, come over here in that hoodie, he looks like a dangerous drug dealer, but definitely an unachieved mathematics, science, time, and space. I can mother you only so long, but as long as possible, and so long as I'm alive, I will forever be your mother, and also in death. I love you more than I can describe by choice of words. Without you, my flesh is meaningless. To preserve your life, my flesh is meaningless. And when that day comes, when you're off into the world of emotionless tyrants whose empathy knows only their first and third person narrative, a world of racism, sexism, ageism, ableism, and every other capable form of segregation, oppression, and hatred imaginable. Lost souls who hide in disguise, lurking on a swindler's corner. Eyes that don't value life can be seen amongst the tides, but don't be led astray. Beware of fiery bigot's rage that burns in the eyes of a multitude of members amongst the city's police department, hearts darkened and easily pardoned of despicable acts against community. A cancer in every low-income arena across the globe, imbalanced and violent, lies and silent, leaving a path of damage and disconnect. But fear not. Fear not the sickening brutality to the individual whose only witness is a sewer gutter that gurgles the blood of the victim as it trickles into the dark abyss beneath its cold steel grate. Concentrate and educate. Remember, you are a person of color, and imagine that your image, your actions, your capabilities, responses, and critical thought processes have already been formulated and forecasted into the dim psyche of your oppressor who is peppered throughout your entire environment. Know how to beat them. Live above them, not beneath them. Defeat them to teach them. Life is a chessboard with a plethora of pieces, so create your own thesis and in turn come to your own conclusions. But don't be fooled by illusions, ill will, and excuses and sedatives instead of solutions. Stay true to yourself and others. Peace. And as I sit and I let that resonate with me, I think back to the time some 5 years ago when I wrote it, and it really hits home for me, where we're at, what happened to me, our society, and the image of black people and people of color, and just how vulnerable they as in the system have tried to make it, and just how powerful that actually is and can truly become. So thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.